Good day, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of Why You Do What You Do by the Building Industry Association's Bay Area Young Professionals. I'm your host, Mark Sherlock. Today's guest is the 2021 Vice Chair for the National Association of Home Building's Professional Women in Building, soon to be the 2022 National Professional Women in Building Chair, and earlier this year received the National Association of Home Building's Woman of the Year Award. Please welcome the Sales Representative and Business Development for HomeSite Services, Terri Everhart.
Hey,
Terri, great to have you on the show. How you doing?
Hey, Mark. Thank you very much. I'm honored to be here. I'm honored you called on me. What is that?
The
Thank
pleasure
you.
is all mine. So I've already given you the intro. We'll give you 3 questions, answer them any which way you like, and we'll get started. Can't wait to hear the story.
Let's do this.
So question number 1, Terri, how did you get to the Sales Representative and Business Development of HomeSite Services?
Well, I wear many hats, so I'm going to focus on that question in my professional current position. I'm with HomeSite Services, and I'm a business developer, as you had said, a sales representative, and I've been here for about 5 years now. I think I started, 5 years ago, just before PCBC, and the owner of the company, Tina Tomei, had asked me, I want you to be on board before PCBC. I want all of your energy for PCBC, which PCBC, I'm trying not to use acronyms, is the Pacific Coast Builders Conference. Prior to HomeSite Services, I represented other companies with their products and services, and I worked with a signage company, I worked with a marketing company, I worked with a pest control company. I was doing those similar responsibility. It was years ago, and I'm not going to say the year, that I started a part-time job as a leasing consultant with a property management company. It was weekend work, and I was trying to save up some money or just get some mad money. I wanted a car. I wanted a new car. That's how long ago that was. The first work, so I'm working with this. It's a part-time job as a leasing consultant. And the first weekend that I was there, I had little to no training. And the manager at the time just kind of put me in front of the leasing, in the leasing office. And here I am. I'm trying to figure out, what does this all mean? I'm still living with my parents at the time. So I didn't even know what a rental, what is rent? What does that even mean? Anyways, she gave me the parameters and kind of gave me rent rates and here, go for it. And I went for it. Within the first, I think it was hour, maybe 2, I rented my first apartment to a gentleman. And then as I was kind of closing with him, another couple had come in. It was a family. It was a younger couple and a family. And they were looking for a larger 3-bedroom apartment. And I remember, again, I'm shuffling paperwork. I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still trying to figure out this other guy that I just rented this apartment for, and I don't even know what all this means. Anyways, I'm looking on the spreadsheet, and it says for this 3-bedroom apartment, of which this family was looking for, it was listed at $950. Now that's how long ago this was, okay? But I said, in my own little mind and kind of naively, I said, well, $950, that's right on the shy of $1,000. Let's push it to $1,000 in my mind. I spent some time with this couple and this family, and I listened to what their needs were, and we toured around the community, and it was a little, this was a little out of their price range, especially $1,000. That was a lot of money. They ended up taking it. They ended up renting that apartment, and 2 weeks later they moved in. It was wonderful. And it was kind of at that time that I realized I so much enjoy finding people homes. I enjoy listening to what their needs are and not just finding them housing, but finding them a home. I also realized that I could sell. Here I pushed it, that $50 was only $50 a month, but that was $1,000 then. That's like, that's like rent these days, which could be, I don't know, $5,000. So I continue on where I was then, in building relationships. That's important to me. Listening to who my clients or what my clients' needs are, who my clients are, and fulfilling those needs. I think I've done a pretty good job at that. I live a healthy, happy, successful life. So I'm going to continue doing just that.
Well,
Did I
thank you
answer the
very
question?
much. Yeah, I think you did. I think you got to it. All right, Terry, second question. What was the most inspirational moment that has shaped your career path?
Okay, this is kind of a funny story. And I've got some notes to remind me of the story itself. Again, like I had said, I wear several different hats. This to tell this story of what was inspiring to me is I'm going to wear my professional women in building hat, and my I'm taking off that sales representative hat for a moment. I was the local, so the BIA Bay Area. PWB, the Professional Women in Building Council Chair. I held that for 2 years. So the very first time that there was a big gala event, I think it was the BIA installation. I remember that I was going to have some speaking time, and these events were 250 people strong. So here I am. Terri Everhart is going to go up in front of 250 people. And I was a nervous wreck. I'm not kidding you. My kneecaps were shaking as I'm standing there. We've all been nervous like that before, but my kneecaps were shaking. I said, I can't drink because I don't know what kind of fool I'm making myself up in front of 250 people. So I went over to the chair at the BIA chair at that time. At least I think he was the chair. He was some big power. Don Hofer with Shea Homes. And I remember going up to him prior to, so it was at the reception. I said, Don, I'm a nervous wreck. My kneecaps are shaking. I'm just kind of just sharing with him, just kind of my anxiety. And he goes, Terry, don't worry about it. He goes, nobody's going to remember what you say anyway. And I went, oh, okay, well, I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse, or I don't know, but I went up there. It was a grand event. It was the big gala. I did what I did. Apparently I did a good job. He made me realize that I could have the confidence in myself. He listened to me, put his arm, he did one of those kind of put his arm around me and said, you got this, Terry, you can do this. I realized that that I had a seat at the table. I was hobnobbing, I was elbowing with Don Hofer. Don Hofer was God to me. And the same with all the other people in that room. I knew that it was at that point, he in that moment of time just inspired me so much to say, I got this, I can do this. You, Don Hofer, inspired me. He probably doesn't know this. I don't necessarily know that I've ever told him, but I've shared this story a number of times. It has made me go on to, again, I'm wearing my PWB hat at this time. It's made me go on to that 2-term with my local, a 2-term at with CBIA, so at state as PWB chair, and now I sit as vice chair for national PWB, and next year I'll be the chair for PWB. So those inspiring words just allowed me to have the confidence to say, I'm a part of leadership. I'm a part of this building industry. I'm just allowing me to be confident. Yeah, kind of gets me a little choked up. Anyways.
Well, very nice, Terry. Thank you very much for sharing. Third and final question for you, Terry. Why do you do what you do?
Mark, I'm going to try to say this without getting choked up. Look, I'm already doing it. It's because I like finding homes for people. And it's not, I work with HomeSite Services currently, and it's just a small piece of the many hands that go into building a home. I love building a house that becomes a home. Seeing that piece of land that's dirt and tumbleweeds, and within X amount of time, it becomes homes for people. It becomes that place where families grow and fights ensue and bicycles are ridden with training wheels and neighborhood kids become lifetime friends. Um, I do it because for that reason. I do it because I'm a part of building homes, building houses that become homes. It's a beautiful thing to find shelter for people, to build shelter for people, to build that home for people. One of my favorite sayings, and I have this on my porch at home, is a house is made of walls and beams, and a home is made of hopes and dreams. There, I said it without any tears. That's why I do what I do.
That was beautiful, Terri, and I really hope I can get that same saying, and maybe I'll have you autograph it for me. I'm going to quote you on it.
I love it.
So, Terri, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate your story. I'm sure there's going to be a few other people who get inspired by it as well. So, thank you very much, Terri, and have yourself a great day.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. Bye-bye, Terri.
Bye.
And that concludes our third episode. I'm your host, Mark Sherlock, and always remember why you do what you do.